Well, hello.
Let's go to the coma. There we go.
We are back. So, tonight is going to be the night that we fright. All right. Yes. We got our Texas Chainsaw guy in the back.
Let me put this a little bit more. There we go. Now you can see him really well.
He's coming for look, he's chopping on Gabriella's head.
He's got my head.
He's got her. So, before we start our night of fright tonight, we're going to tell you about the weather. So, today was a shitty day all around. The past 3 days, by the way, I've had to clean up shit because my one dog has a tummy ache or something, and it was not fun for 3 days, and it's back tonight. So, don't know what that's going to mean, but let's hope and pray that she gets through the night without having some issues. But we had a lot of rain today. The temperature wasn't too bad. It was like 72 degrees. It's currently, it says 65. We're supposed to get down to 52. And from what I am gathering, this is supposed to be the worst night rain-wise for the rest of the week. But we are supposed to have some rain tomorrow. But then by the end of the week, temperatures are going to drop because of all this moisture. Come next week, we may be hitting our first major frost of the month, of the year. Well, I can't say year, of the month. Well, for the fall season. Okay. If that makes any sense to anybody. So, is Dylan out there?
No.
What was that?
What?
I heard something over there. Didn't you hear that? I heard walking.
He's over at the apartment.
It's already starting, folks. Already starting.
Because I'm here.
So, tonight we're going to be doing Chupacabras. I got an itchy ear again tonight. I think it's this earplug. I really do. I didn't really find a whole lot on Chupacabras, so we're probably going to segue into something else as we normally do. A lot of things. I also, too, I don't know if anybody would be entertained by it, but before the end of the show, I did write a little story kind of bringing the names of a lot of paranormal groups into it. So, hi. Hello. So, I might read that for you guys for your entertainment. We love our machine. I'm getting a webcam in. It was supposed to be here today. It may not be. It said tomorrow that it should be in. This is really, I think it's this earplug because every time I put it in, it drives my ear crazy.
I think you have a tiny piece of hair that's sticking down. Or
one of my hairs is in there because my hair's weird.
Yeah, I think it's you have a tiny piece of hair that's sticking down by your ear.
So I might read that at the end, especially if it starts getting too boring. Uh-oh. Okay. So, like I said, it covers a lot of groups. Not everybody's covered in it because I only can write so much, but I did do it as an entertainment. I tried to get the people more or less that I know kind of personally. Maybe I might not necessarily have met them, but at least I know them either through when we were working at the jail or whatnot. But that's where we're going tonight, and we'll see what happens. Sorry, guys, that I haven't. We were thinking about putting some kind of makeup and that on. Didn't get a chance to do it. I was almost thinking that I might have had to cancel tonight just because, like I said, the dog, especially the one dog, is sick, Sia. And, but when they know the show must go on. It must go on, Gabriella. It must go on. And Gabriella's eating a delicious market-side blueberry muffin. Oh man, those things are good.
We have a problem.
What?
She has a point in the case.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
How bad?
A little bit.
Can you get it? Or
I mean, if I can. Just give me a minute.
so our dog, which guys, like if you know a dog has the shits, would you feed them an apple, which is fiber? I'm just leaving it there because I'm leaving it there. So let's go into our chupacabra.
And she looked at me, but it wasn't me. I didn't feed them an apple.
No. Let's put it this way. It was a male figure. A male figure. Hold on one second. So you said it's not bad, Eric, just a little bit?
Give me a minute.
Do you need napkins?
No, I think I should be okay.
So he said our dog just had an accident again. So it's just going to be a long night, I think. But let's get into chupacabras. Let's get into our subject. I'm going to disappoint you guys tonight on it because there really wasn't a lot to be found on it. I mean, of course, I really didn't get a chance to get into big major research either with our dog being sick, but it's just been one of those days. Okay, chupacabra. Oh, my ear. This is going to be a weird show tonight, guys. Just bear with me. Okay, chupacabra. Does anybody on here, is everybody aware of what a chupacabra is?
If not, we can show you a picture.
Yeah, bring up the picture of the chupacabra so they can see. So there's several different pictures. Wish they were a little bit bigger. Gabriella's going to bring up a couple bigger pictures. That's good. That'll give a lot better.
They're scary.
They are. They're Ew. Right there, that one is creepy, but it's dark, but it is creepy. Oh, this ear. It's driving me crazy.
I didn't want to. Didn't want to click. What is happening? Okay.
That one, yeah.
That's the chupacabra.
There we go. It's a little bit better, but the one on the far right there, a chupacabra, they do call it the vampire beast. And it's a Latin American folklore. They call it the goat sucker. And the reason why they call it the goat sucker is because chupa stands for suck and cobra or cabra stands for goat. The origin is from Puerto Rico. It started in the mid 1900s. What happened is farmers were going along and they were finding their livestock mysteriously drained of blood. And there were marks on their neck where almost kind of like a vampire where all their blood was drained. I'm hearing a little static.
Yeah, there's interference and we've been doing the same thing the whole time.
I wonder why. Okay. It says the appearance, as you can see on there. Well, they said similar stories was also found in Mexico, Texas, and the southern part of the United States. Their appearance, if you look at some of those on there, like I said, they're not really clips. If you're looking on a bigger screen, you'll be able to see it a lot better. There's two different descriptions people give of them. The first one is reptilian or alien-like, and they said they're a gray, greenish skin with spikes or quills going down its back. They have large red eyes, and they're about 3 to 4 foot tall, and they walk upright, which some of them like they are hunched over, which kind of creeps me out a little bit, because that night that we were at the grave and we pretty sure we saw a skinwalker, this chupacabra kind of almost fits the same description, to be honest. How's it going, Eric?
I think we're good now.
Okay.
Come on, get.
The second description of them is a canine-looking creature. That looks hairless, and they said it looks like a hairless, sick-looking dog or a coyote with glowing eyes and a pronounced spine or ridges. So some of them, that one there in particular.
That one?
No, right there. Because that one, they said it looks like a skinless, a hairless dog. Now they said the behavior is what they do is they're said to attack animals. So it doesn't seem like they're in danger to humans. It says they mostly go after like goats, chickens, and sheep, and like usually at night. So they do come out at night apparently, and they go after livestock. So, and they said that you can always tell if it was a chupacabra, supposedly, because there's puncture wounds on the neck and all the blood drained from it. The myths surrounding it, some believe it is just simply a myth. Some claim it's a diseased animal.
Like she just said.
Just like that one right there. And some of them claim it's an alien or a cryptid. So there's a lot of myths surrounding it. If you want to consider it a myth, or you can, if you believe in cryptids like skinwalkers, those type of things, that would be like among that. I think that basically the other information that I got, which like I said wasn't too much, I would almost have to watch several videos on that, and I had all intentions of doing that, but with the dogs being sick, this is going to be kind of like a little bit of a disappointing show tonight, and I'm sorry. But we look forward to Thursday because we're having Get Batty with Brittany on there. She'll be our special guest on Thursday, and we want Angelina to get on here one of these shows. We are going to have Face My Fears coming up, and next week on Thursday we will be having Andy Ramus, who will be talking about Bigfoot. So if you're into Bigfoot, it should be an interesting show. Let me see here. It's not. Where is it at? Maybe it wasn't on that. Yeah. There it is. You got it. You got it, girlfriend. So on this one, it's basically saying the same thing. Particularly found in Mexico, Puerto Rico, Central America. It's a Latin American folklore. They really like, their favorite seems that they like to attack is goats. They said the first reported sightings in other than Puerto Rico was in 1995, which wasn't really, you figure early 1900s, that's a relatively new cryptid. So, and I'm wondering if somehow if it's not a derivative somehow of a skinwalker, but skinwalker focuses on luring humans, where chupacabra focuses on getting animals. I wonder if it's kind of along the same
It could
line.
be like an evolved version.
That's
of
what
a
I'm
skinwalker.
wondering. That's what I'm wondering. Let's see. It says the legend spreads. The chupacabra's popularity grew rapidly, with reports of sightings and alleged encounters spreading across Latin America and the United States. The creature has since become a cultural icon, appearing in numerous films, TV shows, and books, which I do believe that they have like a comedy Chupacabra movie with a real cute little, like a kid took in like a little pet Chupacabra. Do you remember seeing that one? And then they did make some horror movies on them. The theories and explanations, some believe that Chupacabra is an extraterrestrial being, a creature from another world or dimension, and others think it's just a genetic mutation or a misidentified animal. So we have hairless cats, hairless dogs. That could be a hairless like coyote or something like that.
It could be, because cryptids don't usually just go after animals. They try everything in their power to get people.
And they do call them the vampire beast, so I don't know.
Hi, Cactus.
Cactus! It says, skeptics argue that the creature is simply a product of folklore and mass hysteria. But, I mean, come on. If you see something like that, you're going to call the animal shelter thinking it's either a sick or diseased animal, or you're going to freak out thinking, okay, what the is that?
Yeah, I mean, that picture, it definitely looks like it's like a sick dog or something. Yeah. But I feel like if it was a dog with mange or something like that, it would still have fur on it. That's like a completely furless dog, which is weird. But I would still call up the vet and be like, there's like this dog type thing that's like in my backyard. Can you come check it out? Because I don't know what it is.
Yeah. How would you like that one showing up on your Ring camera? Like real close and personal. Because they said it has glowing eyes.
See, that's another weird thing about it. Cryptids, they all have like glowing eyes.
But to be honest, if a light is shined.
Oh yeah, if it's at like night or like a Ring camera or something,
their eyes are gonna glow. So the glowing eyes you can kind of automatically debunk, especially if it's looking towards the camera.
Unless it's in the light where you don't have like a IR light or something, and it's complete black.
But then again, when you see an animal in the woods, there's only moonlight, and what do you see? Usually glowing eyes. So,
that's true.
But it says the mystery remains, despite numerous reported sightings and alleged evidence. There's no concrete proof of the Chupacabra's existence. The creature remains a fascinating figure in modern folklore, inspiring both fear and fascination. And it did say on there that people do believe it could be nothing more than a dog or a coyote with a very, very bad case of mange. So,
it could be, but like I said before, I feel like if it was, it would still have some fur on it. That thing is completely bald. But I mean, it's not harmful to humans.
And the thing that's right beside it, that to me just doesn't even look. Some of those other pictures that you had
that looks like a dog.
Yeah, some of the other pictures you had up.
That looks like a very sad dog.
That one's the one that creeps me.
Yeah, I don't think I can. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, see, that's the one. Show that
doesn't
one.
Even look like a dog.
Yeah.
That one's.
See, this one here that we have up on screen now is the one that, because that's the other thing too. If it was an animal like a dog or something, they walk on all fours. But they said this thing walks upright.
Well, I mean, bears though, you can catch bears walking on.
A dog or a cat will walk upright, but that's not their norm. Apparently, this is more their norm, but they walk kind of punched over until they go after their prey. It's the type of creature you like.
Ew. That's almost like a werewolf. Like
it's like
in the movies where they're like hunched over. And
it's kind of to me like a cross between as a werewolf and a skinwalker. Dylan, skinwalker.
I don't think he's watching.
Dylan don't like skinwalkers. I think we discussed that the other night. So sorry, folks, that I didn't have much more on the chupacabras than that, but from what we did show, do you have any questions?
That thing is creepy. That looks like a hippo.
I got to take these out. That thing is really, I mean, it's driving me crazy.
Don't
I got
yours in your coffee like I did mine.
I got to get my regular ones that fit over because whatever I don't know if there's something on it or what, but it is literally, it keeps on feeling tickling inside of my ear. It's gonna drive me insane. It's like when that freaking flea jumped on my ear the other day. I'm there, thank goodness I got it out, or I'd been going insane. So, but yeah, like I said, I wish I really been able to get more, but I don't know. I have a feeling it's going to be a long night for us here in the old Weshy household because she just started getting better, and her, which I don't like to get gross, but her feces was getting firmer, and then she had apples tonight, which apples are loaded with fiber. Fiber's usually to help you have better, more flowing system, and it flowed her right out of her. So I'm not too happy about that. It was bad too.
The division of cryptids is weird. I agree. You got Bigfoot, you got El Chupacabra, you got skinwalkers, you got the reptile man or whatever it's called.
The lizard man.
The lizard man. Well, same thing.
Yeah, it is.
Reptile, lizard.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It
is.
Yeah, you just got so many different kinds of cryptids. There's a 2008 video of a chupacabra running down a road, and when it turns its head sideways, the head looks... What? Unique, probably? Should be easy to find. I'll have to try to find that. My nose will not stop running today.
Well, the thing about chupacabras too, from the little bit that I did find, is right now everything involving the chupacabra, unlike a lot of other cryptids, is that there's hardly anything concrete on it. I mean, there's the legends, there's the myths, but there's really hardly anything defined anywhere that would be considered at least even somewhat concrete. Where when you get into skinwalkers and Bigfoot and a lot of those other cryptids, even Wendigos and that, there seems to be more people have some type of proof or some type of evidence that kind of can almost confirm that there was definitely something there that they can't clearly identify that would be considered a cryptid.
She linked it. Let's see if I can... Huh. It won't even let me copy it. Is it okay if I find a new breed of monkey, but not a cryptid?
Well, see, that's just the, and you know, the funny thing, it kind of gets me mad because here maybe a couple weeks ago, they come out and they had about this, we've just found this new cryptid, and it was in, oh, what was it? Well, I don't, where was it? Oh, it seems to me like it was in an Asian country. I can't remember, but they're like, we just identified a new type of cryptid, and then they showed it, and they it was a lizard. It was a little lizard, that looks very similar to other lizards. So I don't know how they ended up identifying it and calling it a cryptid.
This is the Chupacabra con tape, supposedly.
County Sheriff, kind of San Antonio, Victoria, may have found mythical, legendary, and Chupacabra. Did you not look at the video? This is from the sheriff cruiser. Last Friday, hours before sunset, two deputies protected the fence line near Credo stumbled across that alleged creature of the night.
That looks like a dog to me.
One of the deputies, heard it again, called it hairless with a long snout, short front legs, long back legs. It's about the size of a coyote, but when he
but they don't go on all fours.
I want to see if it shows its face. Or it's
coyote
standing
at
up.
all. The county sheriff says he is going to work with credible research on the video. Help solve the mystery of the cop. If you don't know what this animal is supposed to do, apparently has fangs. That animal has fangs. A couple others killed in the area that look like they also have front fangs. And in the area, those chickens died. Their death was fang marks in the neck and blood sucked completely out. Again, the sheriff is going to work with anyone that really copper work. What is it? But again, he looked at it and said that was no.
And you can't bring it up on here, that video, to play at all.
I don't know how I'm supposed to take it from there.
You can't go on the comments and
No, because it won't let me. It just lets me do that.
Were you guys able to hear at least the report on that the news channel? It was kind of low, but to me, I don't know. That just looked like a dog with a longer. I mean, just looked like a dog, but I don't know. And this picture here that's up front that we have shown now, that you can definitely tell that stands upright. And if you look at the feet and the like hands on it, it like has hands. And that there looked like a dog. It was running on all four.
Yeah, that kind of looks like a dog with like a bad allergy to something.
Yeah, because it was running all four. This one here is supposed to be the actual depiction of what they're supposed to look like, and they're more upright. So I'm not buying that news report. I don't think that's very good.
That one's really creepy.
They are creepy.
I don't like that one.
But at least the good thing is if you go out and you run across them, apparently they're not supposed to be. They go after goat and sheep and stuff like that. So
they kind of look like that though. The ones that they showed on the news. I don't know. I mean,
see, that looks like
that one's definitely a dog or like a
That was like the one that they showed on that report.
Yeah. Okay.
The best one that you had was the one that was up because it was actually showing it's standing on its back feet.
This is the one from that news article.
Yeah.
It looks like a
dog.
A dog that has
and dogs do have very big front teeth.
Like allergy.
Yeah. I'm not buying that. I'm sorry. I don't think that's a very credible, and I'm kind of surprised that, see, that's even standing on all fours. They said they stand upright.
Yeah. So, is that a Pokemon card with a Chupacabra?
Yeah, I think that's what it looks like. Cryptid series. Is this showing up on our page?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Let me see. Let me get this one back. Yeah, that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, I like the other one. Was creepier, I think. This
one
right here. That's the one to me that would be more credible.
Spikes, like they said.
You can't see. You can't see its back.
You should still be.
It said spikes or pronounced spine.
Well,
maybe one's a female, one's a male. Maybe the spikes is the female and the male has the pronounced spine, or vice versa. see, that one has a little bit of spiking on the top. It has a more pronounced spine.
They say like alien-like too.
Yeah, they did. They said several different types.
That one looks like a freaking Wendigo. I definitely don't like that one. What's this? No.
That one looks like it has gills and everything else. Are those like, those Mikey lizards?
Yeah.
Like those type of things. It's kind of weird. But see, they're supposed to stand upright like that. And that one, that's a creepy one there too. But that one almost looks like a demon.
That one looks like a werewolf.
Yeah, like it's. So I wonder if, like, somewhere in legend, since it drains blood and they call it the vampire beast, but it's kind of like wolf or hound-like, I wonder if somewhere, if you can do your research way, 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 way back, if possibly it is the inbred result of a werewolf and a vampire, because it has the wolf-like part of it, but it sucks, especially the neck, and drains of all the blood like a vampire, because they call it the vampire beast. And so I'm wondering if maybe somewhere in research way, 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 way back before it actually became known in Latin America and somewhere way, way back in lore.
Well, B-Square said if most sightings are at night, I'm sure imaginations inflate with what people actually see.
Well, that's true. That's 100% true. So,
or it was standing in front of a spiky bush. They're too big for the pouch for possum. Why are we talking about possums now, Linda?
That B-Square said possum. Oh, where's? Oh, possum. Oh, okay. I'm looking over here and you already have it up on the...
Linda, the subject is chupacabras.
Chupacabra.
Chupacabra.
Okay, here, we got a theory. It's a possum that drank water from leakage from a power plant that mutated.
It's the same water that turned the frogs gay.
Oh, water turned frogs gay?
Yeah. You never saw that video?
No.
They turned the freaking frogs gay. Eric probably knows what I'm talking about.
Okay.
I know what Gabriella talking about.
We're not going to get into frog videos.
No.
No.
Well, they're just this point, but it doesn't have to actually do with it.
There's an infamous frog video out that common curiosity makes you want to check it, and then when you check it, they're like, oh my gosh, what did I just watch? And I really don't want to tell you what that video is, because it will scar you for the rest of your life.
This is somebody.
Now there it is, the gay bomb. Look it up for yourself. I mean, this is what do you think tap water is? It's a gay bomb, baby. And I'm not saying people didn't naturally have homosexual feelings. I'm not even getting into it, quite frankly. I mean, give me a break. You think I'm like shocked by it, so that they're bashing it because I don't like gay people? I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
And then they made a remix of it, and it's turn the freaking frogs gay.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay. Do you understand that?
Turn the freaking frogs gay.
Frog gay. Frogs friggin' frogs. Sorry. I'm gonna say it real slow for you. Gay frogs.
Yeah, see that?
Fight for your life. Freaking frog. I don't like a frog. Freaking frogs. Frogs. Freaking frog. Walking like a frog. I'm gonna say it real slow for you.
Oh, dear Lord, did
That was
I just hear that?
That was 8 years ago.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
I bet you that was, because that guy looks familiar to me. I bet you that was during, like debating an election time or
I think
something
it
like
was
that. But yeah.
something about chemicals in the water, and people were talking about
I
how
wonder if that's when they were talking about the chemicals and or all the problem with water in Flint, Michigan. And I'm wondering because that's wow, that's messed up.
Are you sure that the muffin Gabby ate was just a muffin? It was just a muffin. It was a blueberry muffin.
It had rum blueberries in it.
I wish. That would be really good.
Oh, good Lord. Yeah, I don't remember ever seeing that. I
That's
got a
like
hair in my mouth.
stuck rent free in my head.
Yeah. I'm going to get it out of my head.
Every
real
time
quick.
somebody mentions frogs or putting something in like water, poisoning the water, I either think of Woody, they poisoned the water line, or
Yeah,
Trying to break
yeah,
it
yeah,
fast.
yeah, 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 is all I can say. So we went from chupacabras to gay frogs because they drank the contaminated water.
Yeah.
But I mean, but seriously, that could be like a conspiracy theory that water run like. No, I'm never going to get that out of my head. Yeah, I mean, you never can tell, and like B squared and Linda was talking about, especially B squared. You don't know what in the middle of the night your eyes are going to play tricks on you, so you're going to pretty much see anything. However, our eyes did not play tricks on us at that cemetery that night. I saw the eyes, and I heard it coming. They saw it a lot better than I did, but I didn't want to sit there and say, "Oh, what are you? Are you coming to eat us alive?
Do you want a hug?
Do you want to hug? Oh, you're a cute cryptid. You want to come home with me? I have an extra bedroom.
We got snacks. Don't worry about
You can
it.
have your cup of coffee and with
Yeah,
me in
we'll
the
have our
morning. Yeah.
coffee in the morning.
We have blueberry muffins. You can have a blueberry muffin. Gabriella will even be nice enough to give you one of her Slim Jims.
I no, those are my Slim
Oh, you
Jims.
don't share Slim
No,
Jims?
those are my
She
Slim
gave me
Jims.
some gummy bears,
Yeah, those are good.
which I don't really even eat gummy bears.
Yeah, well, I really wanted you to try the pineapple one.
They didn't really taste pineapple-y to me.
Well, they were mixed in with a whole bunch of other flavors.
Yeah.
So
I could taste a slight hint of pineapple, but I don't find those very good. They didn't have very much flavor.
you're just a hater.
No, I just don't know what the big thing is about Haribo gummy bears because they're really not all that great. I'm not a hater. Don't say that. Goodness. She's gonna make me cry.
Cry.
I'm gonna cry. Jade. We've been hearing some really interesting things the past couple of days that was going on, but can't discuss. I wish I could, but yeah, and there's some interesting things that's been coming out, and it kind of like I'm there, like, yep. I see.
Once thought a raccoon was a bear because it was high up on our chicken coop fencing, so its eyes were at bear height. Oh, that would be terrifying. I would be terrified.
Well, even if you see a deer, something like if you're out in the woods and it starts getting dark and you happen to see a deer, like if you get the right time of the night, you catch it, it's going to catch you off guard. You're going to think it's some kind of a creature.
Well, that's like when we went to the furnace to investigate the first time. I saw these eyes.
Those cows.
Yeah, crawling towards us, and I didn't know what the hell it was. And then I looked over. I was like, "Guys, there's eyes. There's eyes right there. What are those? Those are eyes." Like, just a cow. Oh, okay.
So, do you have any theories
about chupacabra?
Mm-hmm. You had a very cool one about wendigos and the dark-eyed children with their little clawfoot.
Dude, chupacabras look like werewolves to me. So if werewolves actually exist, then chupacabras are the baby versions of them.
Okay, but why are they biting these animals in the neck and draining their blood? Because that's what a vampire does, not a werewolf.
How do you know what a werewolf does?
Werewolves, they're not. They're a wild animal. They just rip you apart.
It could be part, like, I don't know, it could be part vampire.
How many werewolf pictures have you watched?
Werewolf and a vampire loved each other very, very much.
What I said earlier? Mr. Werewolf and Mrs. Vampire got together and they become extra friendly. And next thing you know, there was a chupacabra being born.
It could be. Because it looks like a werewolf to me. And
well, that's what I said earlier. I said I wonder if somewhere way, way, way back in the lore and the myths, whatever, of chupacabras, if somewhere they didn't tie werewolves and vampires in together and somehow things happened and then things happened and there was chupacabras
and then chupacabras
and chupacabras were there,
but they're small. Like they're big when they stand on their hind legs.
Well, the thing is that I read about them. The one says that they're usually between 3 and 4 foot tall, but then the other thing that I found said they're between 4 and 5 foot tall. So I'm 5 foot. So that would be human size. So that's what I'm kind of wondering, because when you see pictures of them, first of all, they drain all the blood and they bite in the neck like a vampire and drain all the blood. Vampire drains all the blood. But they look and act like some type of a wild dog or wolf. So somewhere along the lineage of the legend,
have to do some research.
Yeah, it would have to go like way, way back, because it said it only became known in Latin America in the 1900s. And it wasn't until 1995 where their first actual talk of it happened in Puerto Rico.
Well, there had to have been sightings of it before then, though.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'll do my research. I'll figure it out.
For some reason, I'm thinking this kind of goes, we're going to find legends and that of it over in Europe and that too, like with a lot of the other things.
I would not doubt it.
So, I don't know, guys. What do you think? I'm sure you guys all have your ideas and thoughts, and I mean, it kind of really does make sense if they look like a wolf.
Have there been animal... I can't say that word for some reason, like with UFO
necropsies.
Yeah, I know.
I don't know. Again, I found very little research on it. I'm disappointed in myself, because normally if I come on and do a topic like that, if Gabriella hasn't had time to cover it, I usually try to do in-depth research. And like I said, and I'm not excuses, with the dogs having their issues, I didn't really get a chance to do the chupacabra thing like I really, really wanted to, but I don't know.
Oh.
Yes, I don't know if there's been any cases like that with the Chupacabras or not, B squared. Like I said, there really wasn't much on it. I guess there's something we can, in your research, if you want to do, because this will be another one of those, like when I did the caged graves, to be continued, but I'm a little bit worried about when it is continued that we're not really going to be able to find much more since they really don't know a whole lot about the
Yeah, they're relatively
Chupacabra.
new. I wonder when skinwalkers. They've been around for a long time. They had to have been around for a long time.
Yeah, because they go back with Native American and way back. Way back.
Way back.
Way back. It goes way back.
It goes way
Yeah,
back.
that's
Way back yonder.
That's instead of saying way back, you go way back.
Way back yonder.
So I'm starting a new language. Let's go way back.
Way back yonder.
We go way back yonder.
Way back yonder.
Way back yonder over there.
No, you don't say over there after yonder.
You can.
No.
Yeah?
No.
Oh, yeah.
No, yonder is over
This
there.
is my language that I'm inventing,
Fine.
so yes.
You know what? Say way back
Exactly.
yonder there.
Way back yonder over there.
Fine.
See?
Go for it.
Right, exactly.
Your language.
Exactly. So how you guys coming along with some of your stories for the big Halloween get together? Now keep in mind, get questions ready also for Thursday for Brittany. She does magpie oracle readings. She does know a lot about crystals. She does know a lot about like clairvoyance and things like that. She's freaking me out. And so if you have a lot of questions, she will answer. This lady is amazing. She did all of our readings when we were over at the Doss house. And she's an amazing lady. I think you guys are going to really, really enjoy our show with her on Thursday. So get your questions all ready and crystals too. She can tell you anything you want to know about crystal. This one here knows a shitload about crystals, but between the two of them, yeah.
Will she teach Gabriella to use the cards?
She can. Matter of fact,
She can, but I don't want her.
When we were doing an investigation with her, she said that she knows that that she can help us with abilities if we want to go any further into that direction.
We already know that we can do what's that called when you touch something?
Psychometry.
We already know we can do psychometry because we've done it before one time and it worked. And it was weird. But it worked.
Yeah, there's and I know that I have, I don't really know what you'd call it. I'd have to ask Brittany, but I know that I can see something happen before it happens. Not a premonition. I wouldn't call it a premonition because it's not like a premonition. But I can literally see in detail something right before it happens. As it's actually happened. Well, not before it happens. I can see it in my head as it's actually happening somewhere else. Like when my husband and Eric was in a car wreck, I literally saw the accident happening as they were having the accident. So I don't know what you would call that. It's not a premonition because I didn't see it before it happened. I saw it as it was taking place. So
and it's not deja vu because that's something that's going to happen that you've already seen happen.
Like so you have that feeling that you've already seen and been there, but you haven't. It's yeah. So I'm gonna read this little story that I wrote. I'm gonna read the little story I wrote.
Might want to sing it, not for no, don't worry.
It's just a story.
Be happy.
It might be a stupid story, but you might enjoy. Let's find out in a couple minutes. That didn't rhyme. It was fucking stupid, but hey, I'm stupid, so what do you expect? Okay, I have to have a little light here. A little late. Okay, so again, guys, if you say, Diane, that was really freaking stupid, I'm cool with it. I just did it as a little, like almost like a commemoration, like thank you, um, whatever you want to call it, for a bunch of paranormal teams, just to show that, hey, I think of you, and for the para-unity thing, like just all of us all coming together.
We all like it.
So yeah, they liked it. So mind you, I just have it scribbled on here, so I might like stammer on it a little bit because I didn't type it out or anything yet. So there's going to be some, but see how many you catch. I'll kind of emphasize the ones that I put on there, but let's see. I'm going to add another one on right immediately that I didn't add before. But so let me tell you a little story about our team getting bad to the bone on a little ghost adventure. This may be a raw side version. We wanted to do something exciting, but also wanted scares and thrills. We relied on our Casper site to take us to the perfect haunting expedition. This was going to be a very unique experience indeed. All of us discussed our problems on Real Talk with Diane and Gabriella. We even reached out to PDX for tips and ideas. We wanted this night to be our paranormal quest. Our friends all pitched in with great advice. Their top priority was our safety, of course. Critical Sam was quite concerned with some of the locations we were thinking of investigating. Our discussions did get batty at times, but once we made our mind up, we knew our ultimate goal was seeking ghosts and proving life did continue on the other side. We began our research and packed up all of our equipment. We were off on our way, not knowing what we would find. We had to travel the dead highway. After 4 long hours, we had to reach Hill City, which was just outside of central Massachusetts. The stretch of highway was full of tales and lore. One story was about the spirit of Lady Darkwood. She was rumored to wander up and down the highway looking for her lost cats. The legend was that her cats took off one night and she thought she saw them on the highway. As she reached the middle of the highway, a truck comes speeding along and hit her. Her spirit's residual haunts those who travel there, and there are claims of a woman standing in the highway holding her cats. As we reached our destination, we first had to travel through a dark hollow to a wooded area. At the end of the wooded area was an open field that led up to a cemetery and then to an old abandoned house. We parked close to the cemetery. We could already feel all the residual energy surrounding the graves. As we stepped into the graveyard, things really began to get haunted. Our research uncovered at least 27 spirits there who were willing to communicate. One of the spirits was that of a twin. He was lost without his brother and always wanted to talk to someone to help with his loneliness. Being in a strange cemetery, alone in the dark, was quite unsettling, but that was what we did. It was our passion, and we loved every minute of it, every haunting moment. At one point, I knew I had to face my fears and do a parasolo. As I wandered throughout the cemetery, I could hear many whispering souls call out to me. I turned around and headed back to my team. I saw a blue collar along the way. I looked to my right and noticed a tombstone had a name on it, but also had a family pet on the bottom. I wondered if this collar wasn't a gift that somebody left for that pet, or perhaps a family member put it there. I placed it gently back by the grave and moved along. The hours passed by so quickly. We spent a few hours there, but a storm started brewing in. We haven't reached the abandoned house yet. Should we try to shelter in the house until the storm passed? We had no idea what condition the house was in, and our research claimed that there was a paranormal theory that something evil lurked inside. An occultist lived there and performed rituals. A demon may have been summoned. It was late, and we didn't want to take that chance until we could spend more haunted nights researching the myth of that old abandoned building. We knew we had to head back. Our findings tonight and our new research would be placed in our paranormal files under Project Fear, and we would reschedule another night to see what lurking spirits may be residing there. Until I see you again, I hope this gave you a little spooky boo and maybe a nightmare or two. Happy October, month of haunts, to be continued. So did you guys like that? I hope so. I know it was
Everybody give her a round of applause.
I know it was a little dippy, but it was Travel the Dead Highway. So Angelina in the house. I apologize for being late. You just missed my little story. I love my page because I forgot to put. Did you check out my TikTok page now too, Angelina? Because I'm on TikTok now. It's not fascinating yet. I haven't really done too much paranormal or just dippy stuff on it, but it's called Haunted Mama 59. So if you want to check it out too, but yeah, I don't know if you just might have just missed my little story. So I can read it to you when I talk to you, or you can rewind and watch it. So did you guys like that little story?
Linda likes it.
Thank you, Linda. The kids seem to like it. I know it's a little dippy, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to continue it like maybe on another night, and I'll probably get like about 20 or 30 more paranormal groups and include them in on it, because I want it's going to be like a little tribute to all the paranormal groups to show that I do appreciate the paranormal community. Thank you, B Squared. And, you know, gathering a unity, not this ugliness and all this crap that goes on all along. Miss Angelina told me she was on the news. She had there's a little thing that was going outside with involving the school, and it ended up making the news. So she was on it. I guess it got everybody all fired up. So I got to watch that clip yet, Angelina. I didn't get it. You weren't on here. Our one dog has been sick for like 3 days, and she just started getting better, and now she's got the skittermarinkies tonight again, and so we're kind of a little concerned.
She said her face wasn't, but her Facebook post to the mayor was.
Whoa. You get people fired up, don't you, Angelina? That's my girl. That's what I love about her. She throws fire out, and people like they either listen or they get pissed off. But she gets things riled up, I'll tell you that much. You do, Angelina, and that's why we love you. See, I'm going to have to read that. I'm going to have to see that because like I said, yesterday I can't, it wasn't just the dogs, but yesterday I just felt almost like I was getting sick, like I was starting to come down with something, like I felt real weak. I haven't been sleeping that good, and waking up in the morning to clean the messes up that the dog made. And then I just felt like I had no energy and just blah. And then today I feel better, and the dogs was doing okay up until tonight, and it's not good again tonight. So everybody loves you, Angelina. You're like, you've got like the best personality, and we have to get to either Pennhurst together or somehow, some way, some form, we have to get to Massachusetts to see my girl. We got to see a girl.
We got to meet Angelina.
We got to. Yes. Some way. But that was supposed to be my surprise on my birthday, but it just isn't working out. Like I said, Angelina, too, when I typed you, I got some interesting things that I was finding out. And one of them was about something you was asking me a couple questions about the other day. But interesting, interesting, interesting. And I'm like sitting back and going, yep, I knew it, yep. You get the big yipper. It's so you missed the chupacabra uh, little thing, and our theory about what they could be, which there isn't really a whole lot of information on them, but we'll see. We'll try to do more research. Yeah, you wouldn't be able to do anything like that. You'd be setting all the equipment off. The equipment would be setting you off. And you'd be getting your phone call daily. Angelina, are you okay? Do we need to call an ambulance for you? So it would not be good. Uh, yep. So maybe, have you done any research on the chupacabra yourself, Angelina? Have you done, because I don't remember seeing, you haven't done any docus or anything like that on him, have you? I'm sure that those monitors are a lot of fun. I think Tom's dad had one on for, it wasn't as long as you have to have yours on, Angelina. I think he had his on for a week or 2 weeks or something like that. It was a very short time, just to make sure everything was okay with his heart, because after he had COVID, he ended up having heart problems, and they put him on the heart monitor for just a short time. So, yeah, I bet you, Linda, your husband's probably going to be monitored. I'll bet on it that they're going to, at least for a couple weeks, maybe even a month or so, just to see how everything's going. She did research. Let me see. We'll put this up here. I did research when I was a kid because we didn't believe our parents, and I read the stories, but I've never done any research. Well, being Latin, that would be, because that's where the whole thing started with Latin, the whole myth and legend of it. So there would be a lot of interest. In fact, it seems to me like I did watch a documentary on chupacabras. And I don't know why. I think
probably did. I mean, we watched a whole bunch of them on different cryptids.
Yeah. So I'm hitting this one, and it basically is phone touch. Yep. Yeah, poor Angelina. Like, she does anything at all that slightly gets her excited, she's already getting a phone call saying, "Are you all right?" So it's like she's being watched. We're gonna have to play that song for you. Do you have that feeling somebody's watching you? Yeah. Yeah, we're gonna have to play that song for you, Angelina. We're gonna have to kind of make a joke, not a joke, but make it funny so that it makes it easier for you to deal with, because that has to be a pain in the ass. Yeah, Linda knows that I got her back on that too. She's going through a lot with her hubby. He's and then medical issues, insurance issues, and she's going through a lot, Angelina. So I think Linda with her husband can pretty much touch base with you pretty in depth with what you're going through. So I'll have to check. You probably have how many videos out, Angelina? You probably got hundreds of videos out. So I'll have to check to see if I can find one. If not, I'll have to, between me and Gabrielle, I'm sure we'll find some more research on it. But I think it's going to be involving diving way, 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 way back to find some history on it somewhere before the Latin Americans encountered it. Because my gut feeling is that this this myth slash legend started over in Europe somehow, like a lot of the other ones did. Oh, that's cool. Look at that. See, Angelina is awesome. She is really awesome.
Did you see what she said?
Yes, we should, Angelina. We have to get. You remember what I asked you, but I still want to go forward with that, but we need to get you up to your health up to par first. And I have the patience. I will wait as long as it takes, but I do want to pursue that what me and you had talked about because I think that would be very cool. Gabriella knows what it is.
You're gonna have to remind me. Oh,
Remember?
yeah, I remember.
So, I mean, I'm still up to that, but we need to get you up to par first because I'm liable to drive you crazy and throw you into some kind of heart thing. And I would break down and cry. No, seriously, I don't want you to get too overwhelmed by anything and that too. Everything is completely good with you, but I do want us to pursue what we had talked about. Let's see. Oh, well, next month, Angelina, I have to go to my daughter's house. This month is packed, which we got to work on what night you want to come on Real Talk, or if you just want to wait to Halloween and join the Halloween night. But next month for I think 8 days, I have to go over my oldest daughter's house and watch the kids while they go on a trip. It's a trip sponsored by her workplace. I guess it's going to be me and Abby going over. We can start right before Thanksgiving or right at the beginning of December and go into the holiday thing because between that and we will do a holiday thing on these two channels too. We got to talk, girl. We got to talk, girl. And we'll get that started. So yeah, I'm going to be doing granny duties next month. And I mean, the grandkids are amazing. They really, really are amazing. But the youngest one, little Luna, that girl is a card. And I'm telling you what, if you'd want to see somebody that has spunk in her and sass, that's that little girl. But I'm telling you what, she is just as beautiful as can be. And she's as bad as can be, too. That so she could be a handful, but she's a little hellion, but you can't help just to love her to death. So I would love maybe what I'll do is when I'm over there, either on my TikTok or one of these channels, if my daughter don't mind, which she has the kids on her channel, maybe I'll have them come on one night and say, and you can get the chance to meet the grandkids. And so Angelina, when you get a chance, I don't know, whenever, if it's tomorrow, I don't think you'd want to tonight, of course, but let's talk on the phone again, have another phone call and we can talk about this. And then I can tell you some things that I think is going to make you laugh. Because I get a howl out of it. But like I said, some things I found out and some of it is pertaining to what me and you just discussed the other day. So, does anybody have any questions or anything? Even Angelina, ask Angelina away. Well, good. She said, I would love to do the Halloween. Great.
She said, let's talk this weekend.
Okay. Yeah. Just give me a date and time, Angelina, when you want to call me or want me to call you, whatever, and we will discuss a lot of things. And I do want to watch that video clip that you posted. I want to read that mayor's, the letter that you wrote to the Americas. It's not, I probably skimmed past it and missed it because, like I said, of the stuff going on with our dog. So, Saturday, anytime sounds good to me, and I don't have any plans Saturday. No, because we have an investigation the following Saturday. We were supposed to have one this past weekend, but it's a long story.
Yeah.
It's a long story that I don't want to get into. And ironically, the place we were supposed to investigate is pretty close to the jail. So that would have been quite interesting with the things that's going on in our investigation. And if there would have been a little cross paths, it'd been quite interesting to see. Like, I don't have any ill feelings, to be honest. I don't. I just, the whole thing again about how everything happened, and there's no honesty there. There's no truth, and it's just everything's all deception, and that's the part. I'm finding humor out of it now. So we'll have coffee and talk using my bot. There you go. There you go. Angelina, I don't know if you want to tune in, but on Thursday, Brittany is going to be on the show, Get Batty with Brittany, which you have already watched her on Paranormally Blonde reboot. I think she was the first guest for the reboot on there. She's going to be on Thursday. I've investigated with her, and she already knows what we're like, and so it's going to be a real interesting night. You already know what you've seen her work. It will be interesting what all comes out on that. I just wish we had more people tuning in. Like, I posted it where it was out and everything and that, but apparently, make sure you go on Real Talk on YouTube and post the hell out of the Brittany one. So post the hell out of it. Yeah, I knew you were. Listen, I'm on her friend Randy's podcast on it. Oh, cool. You'll have to give me the link to that so I can watch that, Angelina, because I like watching when you're a guest on shows, and also on anything like pertaining to that. I like to catch it when I can. Especially, we usually take care of the dogs and everything around between 8 and 9, and that's why we usually have our shows at this time of the night, because it's quiet. We don't have to worry about them coming. Linda wanted the dogs to have an appearance on here, but I told her if we left those horses in here, they would be up and knocking the laptop over. They'd be eating the microphones, and yeah, it would be like chaos, like you wouldn't believe. So
yeah,
Gabrielle, yeah.
Yeah.
So, but if nobody has any other questions, and I know Angelina, you just come on, but we're already shooting a little over
When
now.
is the podcast?
The podcast is on Thursday on Real Talk with Diane and Gabriella at 9:00 sharp. And she will be talking about her Magpie Oracle readings, her clairs, clairvoyance, and all the other ones. I'm guessing probably she can get into crystals. I told her I would like to hear all about her wonderful weekend she just had at the Rock Island Expo. Rob and Sarah and Paranormal Theory, a lot of them were all there. So it'll be kind of, I'm looking forward to that show. It'll be a real exciting show. So, yeah. I watched that podcast and you were on there. I think you like made some comments on there because you were watching it and you were asking her some questions about some of the differences in some of the clairs. So, but does Brittany have a YouTube channel? I don't know. I know she has Facebook. Get Batty with Brittany. I don't know.
That's her TikTok too, I think.
Oh, she on that is her TikTok. Matter of fact, yeah, that is her. Get Batty with Brittany is her TikTok. I gotta remember to check, make sure that I'm subscribed or following her on that. So, you were hitting her with some really tough questions, and I'm telling you what, she is very, very well knowledgeable, is that the right word, in all she does. Like, she's very, very well educated, and she can pretty much answer anything. Like, she's not stupid. She definitely knows all of those different avenues. And I know I had somebody ask me recently if any, or well, not ask me, but somebody on one of my pages had said something about what's the difference between a psychic reading and tarot card reading. Of course, one is using cards, but like, I think they wanted to know in general what makes one more special or more.
I feel
whatever.
like a psychic reading is more based off of what you feel, and a tarot card reading would be what spirit is telling you.
See, me, I have a little trouble with tarot cards and stuff and that, even though I've had some readings and they were pretty accurate, but a lot of that stuff I have to say I'm still a little skeptical about, because a lot of it to me is still like a game of chance of what by chance what cards show up. Because if you do it one time, here's how I would like kind of get out of the skepticism on it. If you have a tarot card reading and you have your cards pulled out, and that might hit the nail on the head with what's going on in your life, but then you shuffle them up, and if you get those exact same cards out again, then I'd be a hell of a believer.
Well, that's
But
usually what
it's
happens. You do that. They like shuffle the cards, and then they fly out, and those are supposed to be the ones that spirit is like telling them that resonates with you, and then usually they will put it back in the card, and then it flies back out again, and they're like,
well,
"See,
if that would happen, and I seen that happening, which I did see it on Twin Paranormal, that did happen on an episode where Orion was he had the same card come out 3 times in a row.
Yeah,
which that kind of, they're like, whoa, but of course a lot of people think it's all set up and everything. I don't know, I wasn't there with him, so I can't say it didn't, but that would convince me if I'm seeing somebody shuffling the cards and they pop out and they do the reading and they put them back in a shuffle and then the same 3 cards come out again, then they're like, damn, I'm a believer. But I still have some of that skepticism about card readings and that, even though so far the ones that I have had has been accurate. So we'll see. That's like a magician doing a card trick and always pulling the right card to treat you. See, that's what I'm kind of, that's how I feel about it, Angelina. It's just like I love Selena's Spooky Boo, but she has those cards that she uses too. Those yes, no, maybe, try again, and that, and those are like, they're shuffle and they come out by chance. But if they were done a couple times and the same thing happened each time, then I could buy that a little bit more. But I'm kind of skeptical on that. Like, I'm not 100% convinced on that. Ouija boards now, I'm a little bit nervous about those. I'm not saying I necessarily believe 100%, but at the same time, I don't want to take that chance messing with it, because I just, there's something about them, especially if it's an authentic wooden board, the wooden planchette with the glass in the center, like the whole old version of the Ouija. Because that's one thing. One of these nights we'll have to talk about that on one of these shows, because on the research I was doing about Ouija boards, everybody thinks that it was first invented as a game for kids. That's only partially true. That's only partially true. Ouija boards, spirit boards, was out way before the gaming company made that their version for the kids.
The gaming company that did that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember what the other thing, the other version of it is, but that people on TikTok were trying to say that it was specifically made for kids to play with
Yeah, but the Ouija spirit boards went out way before that came out. And Angelina, I don't know what we talked about this one night before. Have you ever heard of the Kabbalah game? They used to be a part of it. Let me see. They used to be a polo game, just like the table tipping was a polo game. A polo, I mean. Yeah, yeah, they were. But I know some of the research that I did, it goes way, 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 way back before it actually even came out as a game.
I don't know if I believe in table tipping.
There, I,
That's one thing that I don't
we
think
did a table tipping at the festival, and the table tipping part, I'm not buying. I'm kind of like something just wasn't right. But the reading that was the especially the guy, and when he started stepping in, and that they when they gave me the reading with the table tipping, there were some things that even my kids didn't know that came out in that reading that I'm there like, whoa, like, yeah, like, and nobody, I don't even know if Tom even knows some of the stuff that came out in that reading, and like, nobody knows that stuff, and so I was pretty astounded by it. But the table tipping itself was kind of, say, could 3 different cards that paint a different symbol. See, even if it was, I don't know if even 3 different cards. I mean, if they tell the same thing, I probably would buy it a little bit more. But if the 3 exact same cards came out, then of course I would have to not be as skeptical. That would definitely make me more believe in it. You know what? I think I will do a documentary type thing on the Ouija, because there was a lot of stuff I found out that was kind of incredible. Let me see. The only time I've seen a table tip is when that's part of the. I mean, like I said, we participated in the table tipping,
Yeah,
but
I
it
didn't
was
believe
just.
it. They tried to say that it was like possessed by Elvis.
One was Elvis, one was Helen Keller.
Oh, that one was Helen Keller.
Yeah, and who was the other one? Oh, I can't think. Oh, and remind me, guys, I got to bring my dolls down that the girls say are creepy, but they're Indian dolls.
They're very pretty, but it does seem like they're staring into your soul.
That's because they made the eyes so realistic in these dolls. They are so detailed and so beautiful. And the eyes are like, if I pull out Gabriella's eye and put it in the doll, they're that realistic.
I bite. I will bite. I will bite. I poke your freaking eye out. Look at your eyes.
You're gonna poke my eye out. I'll poke your eye out. That before I touch it and say, ew, that's mushy. I remember when we went to a haunted house. And I'm there going, and I'm trying, I couldn't see anybody in front of me, and I'm trying to grab, because I thought your dad was in front of me, and I hear somebody, and I felt something mushy, and somebody said, somebody just touched my eye. And they're like, that's what that was too. It's mushy. Yeah. So let's see. Let's just go down the line. So B squared, the time spent said Ouija, I could tell they were pushing. See, and when I was younger, I'm going to say probably in my teenage years. Yeah, I know my cousins and that were all pushing it. I didn't, but it was just one of the toy ones that you buy at the store. From what I read and from what I heard, if you get the ones that came before the toy factory started processing them for fun for the kids, if you get one of the ones that's made of wood, there's supposed to be a story for the wood that was cut and the planchette that was carved out was supposed to have been from either blood rituals or something like that. And there's supposed to be some type of thing attached to that particular wood that the board and the planchette was carved out of. And that's why it makes it so powerful. But I'll have to do maybe next week on next Tuesday, maybe I'll do the Ouija boards for next Tuesday's show. I'll see what I can find.
Kiwi said, my cousin and I used to fake table tipping and freak our family out.
I think as a kid, we used to do Bloody Mary and Candyman and all that stuff, and we did it just purposely to freak each other out.
Yeah.
It would have been like insane if something would have came out of it. Like, I mean, you look back some of the stuff when you do when you're a kid, they're like, how am I alive today?
Well, I've never done like spiritual stuff when I was a kid and be like, how am I alive today? I do dumb shit.
Oh, we did. Anybody that has like a warped brain, like I do, obviously. Dial. I can't believe. If you want free dog food for your dog, dial 1-800-MY-PUPPY. And then let me know when you dial that number. One 800-MY-PUPPY. Tell me what you think.
Can you even do that?
Yes, you can. I tried it, and I was kind of surprised about the puppy food. Let's see, this one. Okay, and I know what card to pick if all that makes sense. My medicine is starting to make me sleepy. Oh, well, you can leave if you need to, Angelina. I will talk to you on Saturday, or if before Saturday, since this is only Tuesday, if you have a little time and you want to chat before then, just let me know. And I'm pretty much available all the time now, so it's just whatever's best time for you. So let's see. You had a sheltered childhood. I did in many ways as far as going places and stuff, and I'm still sheltered and going places because we just can't simply afford to do it. I mean, what's killing us on our investigations. But at the same time, where I grew up, me and my cousins, we did stuff like I said. I don't know how I'm still alive with some of the stuff we've done because, yeah, I think when you're going back, Angelina, 1890 or something like that, that's probably hitting the nail on the head. It might even go back even earlier than that, but that's when the whole legends and everything and that about the spirit board part of it started going into effect because, again, it depended on the wood that they used to make the board itself and the planchette. Some of them, if I'm not mistaken, some of the real old versions, the alphabet and the yes and no and goodbye and hello on it was actually written, I believe, in blood on some of the real old original ones, but I gotta find that out. So I do not watch horror movies. I close my eyes through them. Oh, I love horror movies, and I'll tell you what, my family is probably the hardest. We love horror movies so much, but we are so hard on judging them. Like, a lot of people love the Terrifier series and think, oh my gosh, they're gory. I need a vomit bag because they're so gross. No, they're not. I find them humorous. I don't find anything at all scary.
They might be going off like the time period that it's supposed to take
The
place
only
in.
scary thing that I found was in the second one with the girl that was in it, the young girl.
I'm thinking that, like, since it's like it has like the older movie like vibes to it, that's what people are going off of, not how scary it is like nowadays, but how scary it would have been like back then.
Dial that number right now, Angelina. Dial the number right now, 1-800-MY-PUPPY. I am a bad influence, B squared. I'm telling you what, you hit the nail on the head. And Kiwi, you're right. There's some beautiful Ouija boards out there, but I think that's where it gets scary because some of them that is so ornate and so detailed, and they are wooden. Those are the ones that I'm talking about, and they could be very authentic. And those are the ones you really, really, really have to watch out for, because those are like, those are the ones that has all the stories pertaining to them. You can, I'll have to tell Abby and Chase.
I don't even know if I can do that.
I had, when I was working up at Toys R Us, and I haven't tried it recently, so I'm hoping the number is still in effect. But when I was up at Toys R Us and they knew we had Kingy, and they told me, they said, hey, if you want free dog food, call up 1-800 my puppy.
How do you even type that in?
The letters.
Like, so you would do like 3 of those?
It would be
That's,
MY 1-800 and then MY, wherever Y is
Yeah.
at. Y, yep.
but that would be
Just
type that in
Y.
3 times?
No, my Y, and then P. Go where P is at, and then U, P, P, and then Y again, and then that should be. Listen to it. Good night, Angelina. You get some good sleep in that, and text me or whatever, and we'll set up a time where we can talk and work some things out and stuff, and I can fill you in on some stuff.
And we're done. And that was enough of that for.
Did you listen to the whole thing?
I heard enough of it.
Okay, guys. With that being said, we're saying goodnight to Angelina. We've been on here an hour and a half. I got to make sure to. I think the pups actually sound like they may be in a good sleep right now. I know Gabriella said Dylan's back home now, so I enjoyed this show. You guys were fantastic tonight. I'm a little bit disappointed that I couldn't give you a little bit more on the Chupacabras, but thank you guys for tuning in again. You guys are awesome as always, and I guess until the next time, we'll see you on the other side. Love you guys.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Dial 1-800 my puppy.